Your coworker already has a buy order ready. Your group chat won't stop talking about it. Financial influencers are calling it the investment of a generation. And here's the thing. People said the exact same thing about Rivian in 2021. They said it about WeWork. They said it about dozens of IPOs that crushed regular investors who just wanted to be part of something big. Buying a bad investment in a great company is still a bad investment. And before you hand over a single dollar to the SpaceX IPO, you need to see what I'm about to show you. My name is Ricky. I spend way too much time thinking about where people put their money. If you want to invest smart instead of getting swept up in the hype, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Let me give you a name. Marcus. He's 29, works a solid job, has about $1,200 sitting in savings. Doesn't have a brokerage account yet, but he's already decided he's buying SpaceX stock the day it drops. He doesn't know the valuation, he doesn't know the revenue model. He just knows it's SpaceX, and that feels like enough. Marcus is not stupid, Marcus is not reckless. He's just doing what most of us do when something big shows up and everyone around us is talking about it. He's been watching SpaceX for years, rockets landing themselves, Starlink beaming internet from orbit, Elon Musk on the news every other week talking about Mars, and every time he saw it, he thought, man, I wish I could invest in that. Well, now he can, and that feeling he's getting, that excitement mixed with a little fear that he's going to miss out, that's exactly what the hype machine is counting on. Here's the thing most people never sit with long enough to understand. Incredible company and incredible investment are two completely different things. Amazon went public in 1997. Already a cool idea. Fast shipping. Jeff Bezos on magazine covers. People were excited. Sound familiar? But early investors still sat through years of losses. The stock dropped over 90% during the dot-com crash before it ever became the giant it is today. And here's the part most finance videos skip. Most people didn't hold through that drop. They saw the number going down every single day. The fear got too loud. They sold at the bottom. They locked in massive losses, and then they watched from the sidelines as Amazon rebuilt and became one of the greatest stocks in history. They picked the right company, they just couldn't survive the ride. And Amazon was one of the lucky ones. Most of the other exciting IPOs from that era just disappeared entirely. Now, think about Marcus again. He's got $1,200. That's real money to him. He doesn't have years of investing experience to lean on when things go sideways. He doesn't have a portfolio cushion to absorb a 40% drop. He just has the feeling that SpaceX is big and the fear that if he waits, he'll miss out. That fear, that specific feeling, it has cost everyday investors more money than almost any other single force in the stock market. This video is for Marcus, and honestly, it might be for you too. Here's the belief most people carry into an IPO. If the company is great, the stock will be great. It sounds completely logical. It feels obvious, but it is one of the most expensive myths in investing. The price you pay matters more than the company you buy. When SpaceX goes public, that IPO price is not being set by you. It's being set by Wall Street banks, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, institutional investors who've been sitting on this company for years at a fraction of today's price. They are not setting that price to be generous. They're setting it to maximize what they walk away with. And by the time you open your brokerage app on day one, the genuinely good deal is already long gone. Here's the real truth that changes everything. The money in a SpaceX investment was made 5, 6, 7 years ago, when private investors got in at a fraction of the price. You are not getting that deal. You're getting whatever price the market sets after all the early money has already been made. So the question isn't, is SpaceX a great company? SpaceX is a great company. That's not even the debate. The question is, at whatever price it IPOs at, does the math actually make sense for you as a buyer? Those are two completely different questions, and most people only ever ask the first one. So let's talk about how IPOs actually work, because most people genuinely don't know. When a private company goes public, they hire big investment banks to help set the price. The company wants it high, the banks want their best clients, the hedge funds, the pension funds, the institutional players, to buy in and make a quick profit on day one. You are last in line. Let that sit for a second. By the time a stock is available to you on a retail app, Everyone ahead of you in that chain has already moved. The price has already been pushed. You are not getting in early. You're getting after the real early money is done. This is why you constantly see IPO stocks jump 40, 50, even 80% on the first day. And retail investors see that and think, I need to get in. But here's what's actually happening. The institutions bought at the IPO price. You're buying at the open. You are already buying at the top of that first day's surge, not the beginning of it. Take Rivian, November 2021. IPO price at $78, hits $172 in the first week. People are losing their minds buying in. It felt unstoppable. Within a year, it was under $20. That's not an edge case, that's a pattern. And the people who got hurt weren't uninformed. They were excited. They felt like they were making a smart move. They just didn't understand what they were actually buying into, or at what price, or what the real risk was underneath all that momentum. You can't make a good financial decision based on how a stock feels. You need to know what you're actually buying. Let's go deeper. SpaceX's last known private valuation was around $350 billion. That is enormous. That would make it one of the most valuable companies in the entire US stock market on day one of trading. Here's why that number matters to you directly. At a $350 billion valuation, SpaceX needs to generate massive, growing, consistent profits to justify what people are paying. Revenue growth alone doesn't do it. The market is already pricing in a perfect future. And when the future has to be perfect, there is a lot of room for disappointment. One bad earnings report, one failed rocket, one canceled government contract, and the stock could drop 20 or 30% in a single day. Not because SpaceX is failing, just because the expectations weren't met. That's how high valuation stocks work. The higher the entry price, the more flawless everything has to be going forward. Now make it personal. You put $1,000 into SpaceX at IPO. The stock drops 40% over the next 18 months because the valuation was stretched too far too fast. You now have $600. That's painful, and psychologically, most people can't hold through that drop. The number keeps dropping. The doubt creeps in. Eventually, they sell at $600, lock in the loss, and walk away. The company might recover completely. The stock might come back, but they're already gone. This is the real cost of overpaying on entry. It's not just the math. It's what the math does to your emotions when things go wrong. And things going wrong, at least temporarily, is almost always part of the story. Knowing that going in is the difference between an investor and someone just reacting to excitement. Two people, different choices, very different outcomes. First, Dominique. She's 34, works in healthcare, been investing about 3 years. When Airbnb went public in December 2020, she was in. The IPO was priced at $68. It opened at $146 on day one, thinking she was still early. Within 18 months, Airbnb had dropped back under $90. She held for a while, got scared, sold at $95. She lost over $4,000 on a company that's still operating, still generating revenue, still a real business. The company wasn't a problem. The price she paid was the problem. Now, meet Terrell. He's 41. When the SpaceX IPO buzz started getting loud, he got curious, but he didn't move. Instead, he spent 2 weeks actually reading the business model, the revenue sources, government contracts versus commercial launches versus Starlink subscriptions. He tried to figure out what valuation would make sense to him as a rational buyer. His plan is simple. Wait 90 days after the IPO, let the hype settle, watch where the price actually stabilizes when the emotion leaves the room, then decide. That's not fear. That's not missing out. That is discipline. And here's what history shows us about that approach. Some of the best returns in stock market history came from investors who bought great companies 3 to 6 months after the IPO hysteria faded, not on day one, after the crowd moved on. Now you might be thinking, Ricky, what if it just keeps going up and I miss the whole move? That's a fair question, and I want to answer it honestly. But before that, I need to show you one number, just one, because it changes the entire conversation. 76%. That is the percentage of US IPOs from 2000 to 2022 that were trading below their IPO price within 3 years of going public. 76%.
That's from research tracking IPO performance across major financial databases over 2 full decades. More than 3 out of every 4 IPOs end up below where they started within 3 years. Now think about how many people walked into those IPOs feeling exactly how you might be feeling about SpaceX right now. Confident, certain this one is different. Every generation of investors has its this one is different IPO. The dot-com era had Pets.com and Webvan. The 2010s had WeWork, which never even found a stable price before collapsing. The early 2020s had Rivian, Robinhood, and an entire wave of SPACs that racked retail portfolios. SpaceX is genuinely different from those companies in important ways. Real revenue, real technology, real contracts with NASA and the Department of Defense. I'll give it all of that. But better than the worst ones is not the same as buying a smart buy at any price. Here's the line I want you to remember.
Buying a bad investment in a great company is still a bad investment. The company can grow 30% over 3 years, and your stock can still go down if the market overpaid for it up front. That feels unfair. And it is a little. You did your homework. You picked a real company with real products, and the entry price still punished you. That's what an overvalued IPO does. It takes real investor excitement and turns it into real investor losses. And right now, the SpaceX conversation is running almost entirely on excitement. Zoom out with me for a second, because this video was never really just about SpaceX. It's about a pattern, a habit that either protects your money or quietly costs you over and over again for the rest of your investing life. The habit is this: making financial decisions based on how something feels instead of what the numbers actually say. And I'm not above it. Nobody is. When something is exciting and everyone around you is talking about it, your brain starts rationalizing the decision before you've even consciously made it. That's not weakness, that's just human psychology around money. But here's the long-term reality. The investors who build real wealth over decades aren't the ones catching every hot IPO. They're the ones who are consistently, almost boringly, disciplined. They buy solid assets, they hold through the noise, they don't let the hype of any single moment pull them off a plan that's actually working. Warren Buffett hasn't bought a single IPO in decades, not because he doesn't understand the companies, because he understands that day one pricing almost never favors the buyer. Now here's the thing I want to leave you with. If you took that same $1,000 you were considering putting into SpaceX at IPO and instead put it into a broad market index fund today, historically, over 20 years, that becomes somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000 based on average long-term market returns. No stress, no watching the price every morning, no panic selling when a quarter disappoints. That's not the exciting answer, but exciting answers are not what build financial security. And for most people watching this, the foundation isn't solid yet. The emergency fund isn't fully funded, the retirement contributions aren't maxed, the boring fundamentals aren't locked in. Get those right first, then, if SpaceX's price ever reaches a level that makes rational sense to you as a buyer, you'll be in a position to act from strength instead of fear. That's the shift, from reacting to deciding. Let's bring it home. Don't let the fear of missing out make this decision for you. That one thing, if you take nothing else from this video, take that. FOMO has cost everyday investors more money than almost any other single force in the market, and it shows up loudest around IPOs. Here's what the numbers actually tell us. SpaceX's expected valuation is enormous. That means the expectations already baked into the price are enormous. Any stumble, and the stock pays for it fast. Over 76% of IPOs trade below their opening price within 3 years. The excitement on day one is rarely a reliable indicator of what happens next. And the IPO process itself is built to benefit institutions first. By the time you can buy, the best pricing is already gone. The smarter play is Terrell's play. Watch, wait 90 days, let the emotion leave the room, then look at the price with a clear head and decide if the math actually works for you. The best investments rarely feel exciting at the moment you make them. They feel boring. They feel obvious in hindsight. Remember that when the hype gets loud. Look, I want to be straight with you before we close. I don't know what SpaceX stock will do after it goes public. Nobody does. And anyone telling you they do is either lying or selling something. What I do know is this. The investors who win over the long run are not the ones who move the fastest. They're the ones who think the clearest, who ask better questions, who don't let the noise of one moment make a decision their future self is going to regret. If you're genuinely interested in SpaceX as an investment, that curiosity is actually healthy. Channel it into research instead of reaction. Learn where the revenue actually comes from. Government launch contracts, commercial satellites, Starlink subscriptions. Understand which of those is growing, which is uncertain, and what the margins actually look like. Set a price in your head that makes sense to you as a rational buyer. And if it ever gets there, then you move with confidence because you did the work. That's not missing out. That is investing like someone who actually intends to build wealth. And if SpaceX never hits your number, you keep your money. You stay in what's already working. You sleep fine. There will always be another exciting opportunity. The market never runs out of stories, but it does run out of patience for people who invest on excitement alone. Here's what I want you to remember. You watched this video instead of just buying in on day one. That pause, that moment of actually stopping to think, that habit is worth more over a lifetime than any single stock pick you'll ever make. The investors who win aren't always the smartest people in the room. They're usually just the ones who refused to let excitement make the decision for them. If this helped you think differently, drop a comment below. Tell me what you're planning to do. I read every one. Hit subscribe if you want more of this. I'll see you in the next video.